Good evening. Our two matches tonight, Arsenal versus Manchester United.
Bradford to his right, Bradford.
And from the Midlands, Wolves versus Spurs.
Up to Chivers. Mullery. Peters, Mullery.
Plus, of course, the comments of the Arsenal goalkeeper Bob Wilson, who today produced a moment like this.
United have got a man over for a change. Best. He was onside. Wilson out. Beautifully taken.
And we continue with that match, Arsenal versus Manchester United at Highbury. Arsenal looking for their first win of the season today against Manchester United, looking for their first point of the season. Your commentator is Barry Davis.
Arsenal back at Highbury for the first time since winning the European Players' Cup. The cup in the hands of skipper Frank McClintock, Bob Wilson there to his left, and good to see at long last, I must say, Frank McClintock being able to get his hands on a trophy after such wretched luck at Wembley in his career with Leicester and with Arsenal. Supporters rising to the team. They must feel too that the start that Arsenal have made away from home, picking up 2 points, augurs well for a further improvement of the Arsenal in the 70s. They must feel that the Players' Cup is just the start of something new at Highbury. But they've had some wretched luck with injuries, and they've got to do without Charlie George, Peter Simpson and John Samuels for quite a time. They, of course, are all missing from the lineup this afternoon. An interesting choice of Peter Storey at number 8, Marinello going to the substitutes bench. It could well be that his presence in midfield would allow George Graham and Kelly more license to go forward, which of course will add to the test on the Manchester United defence, at the centre of whom is the man who left Arsenal just 12 months ago, Ian Ure. And curiously, it's exactly 7 years to the day that Ian Ure came down from Scotland, from Dundee, to join Arsenal. And joining him in the back four this afternoon, one Norbert Stiles, wearing the number 2 shirt, Paul Edwards having moved to the substitutes bench. And I must say it's very nice to see Dennis Law back in business with United. Gordon Hill, the referee, just back from a summer in America, schoolmaster from Leicester. Arsenal in their traditional red shirts, and Manchester United this afternoon wearing blue. Arsenal in the person of John Radford to kick off. Number 8 there, Peter Storey. A match which last season produced a very, very interesting 2-2 draw, with Manchester United coming from behind after being a goal down in only 90 seconds. It's young Kennedy to Armstrong. Turney down across. Bradford. The first of many runs down that flank from Bob McNabb. Frank McClintock. He has made a very good start to the season, had a fine game against West Ham Monday night. Bradford. Rice. Armstrong coming across. Kennedy also. Armstrong got the header. The 2 Arsenal players running across the face of 3 United players. And an Arsenal header made it from this man, George Armstrong. Kennedy was there by his side. Graham. Fitzpatrick wanted a free kick for pushing. Charlton. Best. To Morgan. Fitzpatrick. Quickly seen that by Roberts. Kennedy running across, taking Sadler with him. Well, Radford wasn't offside. He's got nobody in the middle though. It was a good bit of running by Radford. Storey now in the middle, and Kelly, and Rice. It's Rice's, it's Stepney's. And a free kick must be given against Peter Storey. Cannoned into Alex Stepney, who in turn cannoned into the post. Kelly. That's a nice ball to Graham. Rice finding a lot of room on this flank. Looks a bit long. Radford! And Styles is furious about something. But Radford given much too much time there by Tony Dunn. Curran, Law just ahead of him, pointing. Fitzpatrick moving forward well. Good positioning by Fitzpatrick. Roberts with him. Best coming into it. It's a nice attack from United, and a free kick given for a little bit of elbow by Peter Storey. 10 minutes of the match gone, and no score. 3 men in the wall. Best making a move, and he's got round the back of them. And they're in trouble. Morgan, a little bit lucky to get away with that. A little bit unlucky, Morgan. Radford. The free kick to be given against Ian Ure. Once more, acting as assistant to the referee. On by Kelly. 14 minutes and a goal by John Radford. Just a very simple little side foot, or he made it look simple from the pass by Kelly. A simple goal from a set piece. A lovely little flick by Kelly, but a lot too much room given to Radford. He made good use of it. Alex Stepney, really no chance. John Radford, top scorer last season in the league with 12 goals, and has got Arsenal off to a good start in their first match at home in this league season. Kelly to Armstrong. Kelly, who really started the whole thing. Nice little flick. Bobby Charlton. Tony Dunn. Best. Getting round them. 3 in the box. United really had Arsenal in trouble again, simply through this man, George Best. Wilson was struggling to get back, and the back line really were not in a position to defend the goal, simply to head it out. Bob Wilson, Sadler on the line in front of him. Fitzpatrick trying to get up, Roberts making it better. Sadler a little bit slow. Kennedy against Ure. Two of them pretty close together, Kennedy and Ure. Storey has moved to the inside right position. Armstrong in the middle. Radford on his own. Well, Stepney and Sadler have every right to say, why did you leave this man completely unmarked? 2 goals in 4 minutes for Arsenal, and John Radford gets them both. A lot of credit to Ray Kennedy for this goal, because he ran wide, took Ure with him, but was never close enough to get any sort of tackle. Sadler trying all the time to cover at the back as the ball went across. A lot of bad marking, and Sadler in the end on the line couldn't do very much about it. And the interesting thing about that was the number of players, 3 in number, who ran some 25 yards to be in a good position. Armstrong in the middle, Radford on the left, and Radford got it. Roberts had the stretch again there. Just the sort of start that Arsenal supporters wanted. Perrins. Law going in, comfortable for Wilson. Kennedy, Bradford. Graham is in the middle, and Fitzpatrick has come back to mark him. This is Kennedy, Sadler with him. Rice. Bradford! And again timing his leap better than Ian Ure. Well, he got a knock in the stomach for his pains. Free kick to Manchester United. Perrin to take it. He touched it. So it's a corner. Ian Ure just gone up in the box, number 5. Right in the middle. Graham is up there. Beautifully taken. Fitzpatrick looking for the tackle a little bit, but played it nicely. Best. A little bit of pushing by Rice, I would have thought. They get a corner for it. Charlton coming across to join Best. Dunn running into the inside left position. This is Dunn. Wilson gets through the crowd. Roberts. Fitzpatrick. Perrins. Styles. Nice acrobatics. But in fact somebody had moved offside. Bobby Styles backtracks. Kennedy. Bradford to his right. Bradford! It was labelled. It was going for the corner until Stepney got the right hand to it. John Radford winning the ball in the air, much too much for Manchester United's comfort. Armstrong with the corner. Graham coming to the near post. The header by Roberts. Morgan's come over on this wing. Best has gone to the other. Law. Morgan moving into the middle. Fitzpatrick. Wilson totally untroubled. Pat Crone hasn't stamped his mark on this game at all yet. Pushing by Ure on Kennedy. Both Ure and Sadler not happy in the air against Kennedy and Radford. But perhaps it's worth recalling that Arsenal were 2 up in the match last season, which ended 2-2. Radford! Off Sadler. John Radford clearly has the smell of a hat-trick in his nostrils. 10 minutes now, the first half remaining. Arsenal leading by 2-0. Kearns, Law, Charlton, Styles moving up to the right, number 2. 3 in the middle, Best. It's a good header. It went up and it curled. Law is up just short of the line. Going for it now, but had no chance of getting there. Bob Wilson was looking very confident when he comes off his line. Perrand. McClintock. Kelly, Charlton on it. Bob Wilson always down at the feet in classic style, back to help out. And the referee presumably has given offside. I can't think what else he's given. Must be offside. You have to take the free kick. Law up with Story. Fitzpatrick. Wilson recovering well. For a moment he lost sight of the ball. Marched by this man, Fitzpatrick. At the moment, Manchester United trying very hard to make bricks without straw. Charlton. Best. Moore is offside. Moved just a bit too soon. The free kick some 20 yards back. Conversation with Bob Wilson. The best piece of play I've seen from Nobby Stiles. He's annoyed about it, but Gordon Hill quite right. A very wild swing of the foot. No doubt that Nobby Stiles is getting all that he asked for from the referee. And Gordon Hill asked for none of that. Armstrong and Stiles. Charlton. Best. 3 forward for Manchester United. Charlton square. Coming to Creren. That was a lovely ball. Free kick must be given. The referee keeping play in motion, but no doubt that Fitzpatrick fouled the goalkeeper. Stiles, straight to Graham, picking up an awful lot of loose stuff from this Manchester United defence. Armstrong! The good punch, and both hurt. Both Armstrong and Alex Stepney laid out in the 6-yard box. We've got both trainers on. Oops, as though the shoulder might be in some trouble. It's the sort of thing that could well have caused a collarbone, but I certainly hope it's not that. It looks as though he's going to soldier on and go back for the drop ball. And in fact, we don't even reach that situation, so that injury, in fact, coming right on the edge of injury time. A situation which is very, very happy for Arsenal, leading by 2-0, scored in the space of 4 minutes by this man, John Radford, in the 14th and 18th minutes. Well, the treatment seems to have worked. That's the shoulder that caused the trouble. And he's flexing a little bit, Alex Stepney. United have got enough problems without having to do without him. Gordon Hill had a very good game so far. His first game of the season, this, in fact, and the match being played behind closed doors. The gates were locked before the match started. Arsenal leading by 2-0, and they were 2 ahead in this match last season. And Manchester United came back to make it a draw at 2 each. Best didn't quite have the angle. And we need to see a lot of George Best in this half, though. Manchester United in the darker shirts and the darker socks. Arsenal have a white hoop on the top of the socks. See on George Graham there. Story. Armstrong. Graham diagonally forward. Not pushed anything like hard enough. Manchester United have got a man over for a change. Best. He was onside. Wilson out. Beautifully taken. Never took his eye off the ball for a second. George Best trying to dummy him. Wilson didn't want to know. Sadler. Just not clearing their lines at all. They've got two men over now on this side. This is Armstrong. Graham in the middle. Kennedy. Well, he made a mess of the header, but my heaven, he reacted quickly to get a chance with his left foot. United keep running themselves into trouble. Bradford. The free kick has been given for Styles, who again argued with the referee, who quite inadvertently gave him one of the best shoulder charges I've seen. Styles was on his knees as a result. Three men in the wall. Kelly got through. It shouldn't have done, but it did. Yeah. Every time a pass is made like that, it puts the pressure again on an already suspect defence. Stepney in a bit of trouble there from Kelly. Little Eddie Kelly, he was the man who scored the vital first goal in the second leg of the Fairs Cup. Player of a lot of promise. And going there to take the corner. Kennedy in the 6-yard box. It's going to Graham. Roberts. A miscue. Charlton. Law's moved away. Rice. Story is forward of him. Kelly square. Wasn't much fight in that tackle, nor in that one. Graham. Rice. Graham. Story. Kennedy going in. Redford! His third goal after 15 minutes of the second half, and what a start to Arsenal's home season. Alex Stepney is still on his knees, clearly hurt as the ball went into the corner. Again, a lot of credit to Ray Kennedy, this time in the air. First of all comes the first time cross from Peter Story. Kennedy, for the umpteenth time, wins the ball in the air. Radford coming in is unmarked. Sadler is never there in time. Stepney now has got the best off and is giving it to David Sadler. Sympathetic applause from the gathering at Highbury. Paul Edwards will be the substitute to come on, but David Sadler is the new goalkeeper. There's young Paul Edwards. Came into the side last season, made his debut against Everton, in fact, on August the 19th. David Sadler, the new goalkeeper. He's quite adept at the art, too. that's the situation. Arsenal 3, Manchester United 0, and Manchester United with David Sadler in goal. And John Redford with the ball there completes a hat-trick. Foul against Dennis Law, bit of pushing. Kennedy. Bradford's. Then he got Kennedy up with him. Armstrong behind him. Graham going in. Bob Wilson, I just had a glance at. Very happy, as is George Graham. Again, a goal from a cross, which points the main weakness in this Manchester United side. Perhaps if Stepney had been there, he might have come for it. As it is, George Graham ran about 20 yards, got between two men, and again, the ball was won by Arsenal in the air. I suppose one might argue that Stepney, had he been there, might have come for the ball, but there were defenders there. 4-0 to Arsenal. 23 minutes of the second half gone. Law underneath it. Styles in there. Goal kick. One of the few occasions that Manchester United have kept possession then. Rice. Kelly. That's an awkward one. It went off Graham. Off Kennedy, but there's a bit of pushing. In fact, it touched both Graham and Kennedy, but I think there was a foul on David Sadler. It's no goal anyway. Who so desperately wants to do well. He hasn't really settled down at Highbury yet. Done. Oh, what a terribly late tackle by Styles. Really, some of his timing belongs to next season. Two on the far post. You're getting the header. Graham. Oh, he wanted that to drop for him. What a nice bit of play. Armstrong. Deserved a goal. Kennedy, top by Ewer. Really some beautiful play then between Graham and Armstrong. Lovely one-touch football, which very nearly produced a nice goal. Graham. Marinello. Kennedy. Where a regular goalkeeper might well have caught the ball. Law. Morgan. And Arsenal just playing with a team that once was Manchester United. And we move into injury time. And it really is an extraordinary coincidence that the score should be almost the same on the two Saturdays. Last season it was 4-1 home defeat by Southampton. This season 4-0 away defeat by Arsenal. And in each case, the man in the number 9 shirt scored 3. Pat Rice. Kennedy. Marinello. Law. And Mr. Hill brings the game to an end. A very impressive performance by Arsenal. A totally, thoroughly disappointing performance by Manchester United. Arsenal really in very good nick indeed, scoring 4 times, 3 of them from John Radford and the other one from number 11 there on the right, George Graham. 4-0 to Arsenal, and they can be very, very happy at their start at home in the new season.